So if you want to know how BNYX makes crazy samples in the style of Drake, this is the perfect video for you. Yo guys, what's up and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how BNYX makes crazy samples in the style of Drake's For All the Dogs. So first of all, I'm going to show you all the sample, and I used the starter but I flipped it heavily, so y'all make sure to watch that. So I really flipped the starter. I put like 3 effect chains on it and flipped it like 4 different times just to make the starter not hearable at all. And I will show y'all everything I used to make the sample sound the way it is. So I would really appreciate if y'all watch till the end. Make sure to leave a like and to subscribe to the channel and to leave a comment. And if y'all haven't already, make sure to check out the Arcane kit. Y'all been going crazy on this one. It has 440 sounds, 100 phrases, 100 drum sounds, 50 accents, 100 hi-hat midis, and many more things. I would really appreciate if y'all check that out. The link for that is in the description and in the comments, and use code LucaLand15. It's an exclusive discount code for y'all, so y'all make sure to check the links in the description and in the comments. And with that being said, make sure to leave a like, and yeah guys, let's go. So I started off with this starter from @MaryBeats on Instagram. Y'all make sure to check him out. And as you can see, because it isn't stretched to 8 bars, it was in a different BPM. So I'm gonna play the starter first so y'all can get a hang of what the original starter sounded like. Then I will show y'all the flipped starter and then the starter with FX. So first of all, the starter sounded like this. Then after that, because it's not on a mixer track as you can see, I just chopped the starter up, which was really easy. I basically went to chop, then to time based, and then to chop in beats, and it looked like this. So I just basically dragged it like this. So I just took this part and put it right here, and it goes on like that. But for these 2 bars, I just left it how it was and then just copied it over, I think. And this is how the starter sounds chopped up. Then after that, I took the starter, normalized it, pitched it up by 2, put the mode to stretch and the declicker mode to generic, and I put on my favorite mixing chain, which contains this shaper box just to make it go from left to right. Then this portal with the trace waves preset, this shaper box again just for like a little sidechain effect. Then this simple halftime on its default settings. Then this 3D parametric EQ2 where I just cut out some of the lows. Then this simple Soothe 2 on its hard setting and the depth to 7.8. This EQ where I just cut out a lot of the lows and some low mids and some of the highs just to make it sound more vintage. And I had a 25% in stereo. And the starter now sounds like this. So with these effects and sounds, you can make a sample go from this to this. And then what I did was pitching it up by 3 again, putting the mode to stretch, the declicker mode to generic, and reversing the sample, and I put it on a second mixer chain. And on a second mixer chain, there's this 3D parametric EQ where I just cut out some of the frequencies that were like too harsh or not necessary for the sample. Then this Every Watt Vinyl Stereo with the default preset, I just turned down the noise and the crackle. This RC20 just for the distortion, the magnetic, and the EQ. This Portal with the Jesus Rules preset, and I had the mix to 18%. Then this Valhalla Vintage Rap where I tweaked the mix, the decay, the low cut, and the pre-delay. This Simple Soothe on its hard setting and the depth to 3.0, so it's basically on its default settings, but I just turned the setting from soft to hard. Then this simple EQ where I just cut out some more lows, ducked some of the frequencies that were like too harsh, and ducked some of the highs, and I had it 20% in stereo. And now the starter sounds like this. Then what I did after that was finding this splice phrase right here, and all I did was basically dragging it in, and first of all it sounded like this. So I just put it on the third mixer track, I pitch it up by 24, so 2 whole octaves, put the declicking mode to generic, the mode to stretch, and then as you can see right here, I chopped it up heavily and I pitched it down by 8 just to bring it into the key. And as you can see, I chopped it up heavily and then just repeated it the whole time because I really liked how it sounded and it really fitted the sample. And that's all I did, and it sounds like this. And for the effects on this phrase, I have this Valhalla vintage verb where I tweaked the mix to 75.5%, I tweaked the decay, the pre-delay and the low cut as well. Then this simple soothe on its complete default settings, and then this simple EQ where I just cut out all of the lows and low mids and some of the mids, and I ducked this one frequency right here because it had like a bass in it which didn't fit the starter. So I just cut it out and now it sounded like this, and I think it sounds perfect for this sample. Then for the next thing, I used this Prophet from Arturia and I used the Pulse lead preset, and all I did was laying on this pretty simple pattern, then just copied it over because it was just a 4-bar pattern, but that's what made it so good because it is like a little bit repetitive, so you can like expect what comes next. And it's just a simple lead pattern on the C sharp to D, then from B to E, from D to F sharp, and then it just repeats the whole time. And as you can see right here with this automation clip, I basically just had like the sidechain, but I automated the length so it gets like really quick and it sounds just like perfect for this type of sample. Y'all can try this out, it's really easy to make. So what you basically do is tweak the length, then go to tools right here, last tweaked, and then just create automation clip, and then you can just play with it, and the finished lead pattern is sounding like this. And then for the effects, I just had this sidechain from Shaperbox 2, which I just told y'all, and I played with the length, so I basically automated it. Then this Valhalla vintage verb where I tweaked the mix, the decay, the pre-delay and the low cut. This simple soothe on its hard setting and the depth to 5.7. And this simple EQ where I just cut out a lot of the lows, all of the low mids, and ducked one of the mid frequencies. And that's all I did for this lead pattern. Then for the next thing, I had this noise texture, which is out of my arcane kit. And as you can see, it has a lot of stuff right here. It has 100 phrases, 20 perk loops, 20 textures, 100 drum loops, 100 height MIDIs as you can see right here, and 50 samples and 50 accents. So y'all make sure to grab that with code LucaLand15. The link for that is in the description and in the comments. So let's get back to the noise. I basically just dragged it in because it's automatically time stretched. I put it on a 16th mixer track just to make it more quiet. Put the declicking mode generic on, and this is how the noise sounds. So yeah, it's really just there for some texture, but I lowered the volume just because I wanted to get it into the background, and that's what I achieved with that. Now for the next thing, I have this bass which is named Ferno. It's out of the Omnispace kit by Ferno, obviously. Then I turned on the solo and the glide, and I played with the glide setting to 0.09 seconds, because as you can see right here, I have these glide notes right there, just that the transition is like smoother. And it's a very simple bass line just from B to F sharp to G, and then from B to D to B4, like an octave higher, just that the transition is nicer and it like isn't that repetitive. And that's all I did for the bass line, which sounds like this. And for the effects on this bassline, as always, I have this simple soothe on its hard setting and to depth to 9.1, this arc compressor with these settings, this decapitator with the drive to 2.5, the tone to like a little bit more dark, and the style to E. Then this simple fruity fast distortion where I had the mix to 35% and the rest was on its default settings. Then this simple fruity parametric EQ where I just cut out some of the muddy lows, and I had it 100% in mono. And now we'll show you my mastering chain, and on the mastering chain there is this hyper chorus with these settings, then this every watt vinyl stereo from Waves where I had it on this preset. I just turned down the noise, the crackle and the clicks. Then this RC20 with the Luca Could Be a Pet preset of the Exoplanet kit, which is on my own website. Y'all make sure to check that out. The link for that is in the description and in the comments, as I said. And for this preset, I just turned on the wobble, the distortion, the magnetic and the EQ. This L1 limiter from Waves, which is basically just on there to make the sample louder. This sound shifter pitch stereo from Waves, which is basically just there to like pitch the sample and see what pitch sounds the best. So I just pitched it up by 1. Then this fruity parametric EQ where I just stuck some of the lows and low mids. And then this simple soothe on its hard setting and the depth to 0.7 just to like clean up the sample a little bit. And now I'll show you all the sample with and without the mastering chain. So first of all, this is the sample without the mastering chain. And now this is the sample with the mastering chain. So yeah guys, if y'all enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and to subscribe to my channel. And if y'all haven't already, make sure to check out the Arcane kit. The link for that is in the description. And use code LucaLand15 for 15% off. And sorry if my voice sounds a little bit weird, I'm completely sick, but I still wanted to make this video for y'all because I really like the sample. So yeah, if you like the sample as much as I do, make sure to leave a comment and a like. It would really help me and it would really mean a lot. And as I said, make sure to check out LucaLand, use code LucaLand15 for 15% discount on everything. And with that being said, thank you for the crazy support on the kit already. And yeah guys, see y'all.